Hey everybody, Andrew Hogue here, your security, privacy, and forensics expert. As some of you may know, I'm mostly a terminal neo-vim kind of guy, and I've really resisted using VS Code. But I was recently added to the GitHub private beta for their Copilot Chat feature, and so I'm going to just record my experiences setting up VS Code for the first time. Okay, I downloaded the insider build that was linked out in the email, and I think that's available to the general public. Usually it's a little bit dangerous to be working on nightly builds, but hey, this is a beta, so I'm okay with that. It automatically adopted my dark theme, which is great. And then it came to this part about coding smarter with AI, which obviously I'm going to do. I have some other videos about this, and I'm particularly interested in checking out this new chat feature. So I'll go ahead and install GitHub Copilot. Don't really know how any of this stuff works right now, but okay, looks like I need to sign in. And I'm going to go ahead and allow that. And I'm going to authorize, looks like a app, I suspect. All right, so that looks pretty good. So let's allow this. Lots of clicking. So they've got some custom URIs here. Okay. All right, well, it looks like Copilot is installed. And enabled globally. All right, great. Let's keep going. Yeah, I'm not going to sync right now. Okay, language extensions. Sure, let's double check this. Wow, this is a busy UI. Since we're going to be messing around, there's no Swift. Let's see if I type iOS. Nope. Okay, maybe this really isn't about things like LSP and language support. Let's see what we get for TypeScript. Yep, so this is definitely not type in your language. Let's see here. Maybe I need to just browse through this. I think this one's already set up for Copilot. There's a Ruby LSP. So I really feel like the Swift LSP should be in here, but you know what? That's okay. I will check it out and see how things go. And then open up your code so we can pick a folder. All right, so I am gonna go ahead and pick a folder. And this is just a test one I've been working on. So I'm gonna give it access to my documents. Okay, I actually trust the author of these files. Sure, that's all me. Great. All right, so I got the Xcode project, and we don't want the preview content, the views. Here's the overall content view. Let's just kind of start with that. And then I want to open up the news view. Let's see, can I switch with tabs? Yeah, okay. All right, so some of the keyboard shortcuts that I'm used to work. What I really want to figure out is, can I get Vim bindings? But I will do that at some other time. And it looks like there's some, oh boy, there's an update. Okay, I need to go restart, so let me do that real quick. Okay, that restart is complete, and it opened up where I was previously. I'm going to check the instructions real quick. And so it looks like I have to actually install the Copilot nightly extension. So Command-Shift-X. So I'm going to do that. And then I'll also briefly look at enabling Swift LSP in VS Code. Let's see how we do that. SourceKit LSP. Okay, so maybe I need to search for SourceKit. Or I could just click install here. Oh, interesting. Maybe because I'm on the nightly insider build, I can't install it from here. All right, so let's come back here real quick and see if it's SourceKit. All right, so SourceKit and then Command-Shift-X for the Copilot nightly. All right, let's do that first. Okay, here's Copilot Nightly. I'm going to install that. Okay, actually I think it's already installed. And then let's search for SourceKit. Here we go, SourceKit LSP unofficial. This looks like the official one, 2,000, 10,000. Oh boy, okay. Looks like there's a number of steps here. So you need to install a language extension first. Yeah, this is just too much for me to deal with right now. So, all right. I'm just going to kind of come back to this guy. And one of the things that I'm not clear on, just because I'm I'm a very new iOS programmer, is how I would incorporate Firebase and then make a call to the Hacker News Firebase API. So, how do I enable chat? Let's come back to this guy. A new chat icon appears in the activity panel. All right. Where is the activity panel? Let's not save that. That looks like the Copilot icon. Deactivate Copilot. Nope, don't want to do that. You need to install GitHub. To use the nightly, you need to uninstall the GitHub. Okay. Let's see. Okay, nightly is installed, but it looks like I have to reload Visual Studio. I wonder if I can do that with the Control R. Nope. Refresh. Nope. All right. Looks like I need to just quit it and come back in. Nope. Don't save. I didn't mean to change anything. All right. We'll try this again. Okay, so I have to sign back in. Allow this. Allow it. And open. Okay, so it looks like the nightly is installed. And let's see how I do this. So you get the code suggestions, okay. Privacy. Create unit tests, SQL query. Technical preview, okay. All right. Okay, over here maybe I have, the GitHub Copilot, great. All right, so I'm gonna come back to this guy. And I know just from a little bit of reading that if I'm gonna activate Firebase, it has to be done here. Well, anyway, let me just ask. Let's see, how do I enable Firebase for iOS? All right, let's see what we get. All right. Oh, there we go. I was about to. Okay, let's see. Go to the Firebase console, create a new project, enter your bundle ID, download the thing, Firebase SDK, add the Firebase SDK new project, type in the file. By following the instructions, initial Firebase in your app by adding the file into your AppDelegate.swift. Yeah, that actually looks accurate. Okay, cool. So let's try this. So what happens when I click on this? All right. So it's going to open this up in my browser. Okay, great. And I've switched over to a different account. All right, let's see what browser. I'm in 5. Okay, so let's come back to 9, and we're calling this, I'll just call it HN test. That's fine. Create a project, HN test. Okay. Analytics, nope, don't want to do that right now. All right, just gonna create this. All right, let me come back here and see. Okay, so we'll click on the iOS app icon and then enter the bundle ID. Let me check Xcode real quick and just see what the bundle ID is. Okay, so here's my bundle identifier. All right, our project is set up. And click on the iOS, all right. Apple identifier. Let's do HN test. Register app. And I'm on desktop 5. All right, so then after I register the app, download the GoogleService-Info.plist and add it to your Xcode project. All right, nice. That's pretty much what they said. Normally I would do that in Xcode. Actually, I don't want to lose my window here, which I probably won't. Well, I should just go try that. If I come back here, good. I didn't lose anything. So let me see about adding that file. So if I just come over here and I guess drop it here. Okay. And then let's do next. All right, using the Swift package manager. All right, I'm not going to try to mess with this in VS Code. I'm just going to do this through Xcode. So I'm going to add the packages, add that, select the SDK versions, and choose the Firebase libraries. Okay. I'm not exactly sure which Firebase libraries I'm going to want, but let's come here, File, Packages. It is not going to let me add a package. Oh, there we go. Different menu. Okay. So let's search for Firebase. Great. Let's say up to the next major version, add it to the project. All right. I'm just gonna, and I actually know that I think I'm gonna need the Firebase database. So let's just add this. All right, while that's working on that, let's come back here. All right, and we're going to be doing SwiftUI. So the app delegate. So I guess this is actually just going to go above the main app stuff. I like how Google has just the copy icons on the lines that are needed. I'm not sure I have an app delegate in the code. When I was looking at it, it's probably there. I'm just overlooking it. So let's come back and let's see. All right, we don't want analytics. There are a lot of choices here. Here's auth. Shoot, I guess I'll do database Swift. You know, I better check this real quick. Hacker News, Firebase API. This doesn't really provide much guidance. On exactly which Firebase SDK or client library I need. Okay, let's go out to trusty old StackOverflow. Pretty much exactly my problem. They don't specify how to do it. Real-time database API. So database URL. Okay, well, this is for Node.js, it looks like, but let's see what this setup for iOS is. So Firebase SDK, add it, create a database, navigate to the real time. Add packages. Here's the repository. Choose the real-time database library. Shoot. And then I'm going to have to add Swift, Firebase Core, Firestore, and I don't think I need auth. Okay, so there's a few steps here. But most importantly, the real-time database library might be something I need. And then they also have Firestore. Actually, I don't see the real-time database. I saw references to Firebase or Firestore. Real-time database. All right. Yeah, let's see what some other devs have to say. Let's check out this guy. And let's update this. Hacker News, Firebase, API, iOS, Swift. Let's see what we get. All right. I actually checked out this library in the past, so it looks like somebody's open sourced something. Somebody else has. And we've got a Medium article. All right. Let's check these out real quick. So this guy's code is out there too, so we can check that out. So this guy's not using the official, and he's doing a React, which I'm not going to do. Okay, it looks like he just did Firebase database though. But again, this looks like TypeScript. So we're not in iOS land. Let's see. This guy did a React.js. Okay, fine. Oh, but of course, that is Node again. All right. Here's some instructions. Yeah. Node.js. And this guy's not using Firebase at all. He's just making a REST call. So that's not really helpful. All right. This guy actually has basically like a library that I could use instead. Just because I want to teach this to myself, I don't want to use his library, but I'll definitely take some of his suggestions. Firebase, yeah, from the Firebase database. Let's see what he's got under packages Swift. Oh, this is about his package. So he's got Firebase. All right. Well, let's check out the sources real quick. So Firebase setup. So he does Firebase app he configures, and then he's got a database. And he's only importing Firebase. Okay. Well, think I'm just going to come back and do the Firebase database and see what happens. Add the package. Okay. So a whole bunch of stuff has come down. I'll let that finish up. And let's pop back over to our GitHub chat. So we've got that plist. We're adding Firebase and initialize it with your AppDelegate.swift file, which I can copy that code. It's not going to be under assets, under preview. I'm not sure where. Okay, yeah, I think AppDelegate, I can just copy the code into my main content view. Let's see. So let's come all the way back here and let's just see if we can copy more of this. Nope. They will not let us copy all of the, oh yeah, they will. All right, so let's copy all of this code here. Let's come back over to see if this install is done. Okay, good. So let's come back. And right after we import SwiftUI, we're going to throw in an AppDelegate. Okay. And then we need to register that delegate. Let's see, that goes right after your app. I guess I could put the comment in. It's hard to copy. There we go. Okay. Now, sadly, I don't know how to compile, so I'm going to pop over to Xcode real quick. Oh, it's not seeing the changes. I guess I have to save. Oh, okay. For some reason, I thought it auto-saved. Let's come back to this. Let's try to build. All right, the build succeeded, and let's go ahead and just run this real quick. Let me drag my iPhone over here, simulator. Oh, and it crashed. Let's see if we can figure out what's going on here. Looks like it crashed because it can't find a valid Google Services-Info.plist in your project. All right, I thought I added it. Looks like I added it over here. Let's see in Finder where this is at. So it's definitely there, but I don't think Xcode recognized it. Let's add a file and let's see, where did I put that? Oh boy. It looks like VSCode doesn't actually copy the file. So I want to remove this. And I don't want to move it to trash. Nope. Actually, I really just want to move it. But anyway, that's not going to work. Let's go to terminal. All right. Let's just move downloads, and this is called Google Services-plist. Nope. Darn it. Downloads. Google Services to Documents, how to iOS, and then our HN test. Here we go. And I think we'll add it to HN test 001 where the rest of the code is. All right. Let's check Xcode real quick and see. Let's get rid of these dependencies. We've got our code. I do not think it likes this. It really wants me to like add files this way. So let's add this guy. All right, now he shows up. Let's try one more time. I don't think I have to rebuild, but I'm going to anyway. So the build succeeded. Let's hit play and see what happens. Aha, that worked. Okay, admittedly, this is pretty rough, but I think that a lot of my videos are highly edited, and I think it's helpful for people to see exactly what programmers go through. In this instance, I'm new to the development environment. I'm new to the language. So there's a lot of kind of rough edges here, but in the end, it was actually pretty cool. So I used the new preview function for GitHub Copilot Chat. I asked it how I could install Firebase for iOS. It actually gave me some really great directions. I was able to click on links. I did need a little bit more background. It's really not about GitHub Copilot or Firebase or anything, but it was about the Hacker News API and like what's out there and how do you connect with it. And it's actually not super clear. So I kind of obviously jumped around a little bit there. And once I figured that out, again, I was stumbling a little bit around things like VSCode. But in the end, move the file over, build it, compile it, everything worked. So yeah, pretty good. It'd be interesting. I'm going to be doing a lot more experimentation. So thanks so much for watching and stay tuned.